Yeah, I think primarily anytime you can spend time with 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, you're going to pick up on some stuff. Whether it was on the field, they were coaching us up. We had an opportunity, just the college guys and Peyton and Eli, to go into a room and do a Q&A of sorts, or even just watching Peyton Manning operate. Just seeing how intense he is even today when he's retired and just kind of doing fun stuff. I thought that was really cool. Learned a lot. Got a lot of notes I brought back. And then also just being around the other quarterbacks was great. I met a few guys from the Big Ten, met guys across the country that go through the same stuff that I do, which was really cool, and had a lot of fun. Got to throw it around with them, and overall just great experience. Motivated group. I've been really proud of Nico and just how he's kind of handled just the added leadership, because he's our most veteran offensive player at this point. He's going to be a 4-year starter this fall. So seeing what he's done, with Charlie leaving, and just that added leadership, the vacancy that was created. Really proud of that, and it kind of trickles up. Now Arland and Keagan have to be more of a vocal combo, just because now there are second and third most veteran receivers just in terms of playing time, and I'm excited to see who steps up. I think there's going to be a great opportunity for everyone to kind of battle it out during camp, and hopefully by week 1 we have a pretty solid group that we feel good about. But even then, there's injuries or stuff like that can happen, so we got to have everyone ready to go.
Of course, obviously we lost, Big Ten Return of the Year type player, and we need other players to step up in that area. I can't tell you exactly, what I'll be doing different than last year, but I'm, like Hallie mentioned, a bigger role. I'm really looking forward to embracing that. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different than last year. I was kind of trying to find the minutes where I could. So, this year it's more like dependability for the both of us, and I think we're both ready to just, maximize on that opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
And Arland made it seem like you're really excited to do kick returns. Is that something that you really want to be that main guy and you want to be that person to take the kicks back?
It's something I thought about, but I got to, we still haven't gone through camp, and I wasn't in there in spring. Me and Coach Woods have to run down. That's definitely something I'd be willing to do, but we have a lot of guys on this team that are capable of doing it, but, if he calls on me to do it, I'm, all for it.
So I live with Charlie, so I kind of knew for a little bit about his decision and what he was thinking. I kind of just tried to talk to him and understand what he was going through and what he was thinking. So at the end of the day, it's his decision. But like I said, we just got to move on. For me, it's just another year, and I know for a lot of guys like Keagan, Nico, it sucks to lose some guys like we did, but you just got to keep moving forward, next man up mentality. And I know we got a lot of guys that will step up for sure.
We really don't have to reset, because we really don't really pay much attention to the hype. We don't really listen to much of the outside noise, because we know at the end of the day, if we don't perform throughout the whole entire season, then the preseason accolades, the preseason hype, it really doesn't mean anything. So you have to go out there and perform, and that's what we're going to plan to do. Definitely just getting in the playbook, just knowing the more ins and outs of schemes, why we're running certain things. Because when you know that, you just play a lot faster. You can recognize offensive schemes, you can recognize game plans, situations. So really just knowing the game, becoming more knowledgeable in that aspect, and then that'll translate to me playing faster on the field.
Yeah, I think getting healthy, I think, flexibility, speed, all that type of stuff that, you focus on in the off season. But I think also film study as well. It's a good time. There's a lot of time off right now where you can, watch film and go over opponents, months ahead. So that's another aspect of it as well. This is my last year, and, it's go time, because it is my last year. But, I'm approaching it as, any other year, because, I feel like if you let, kind of that, this is my last season kind of get to you, the pressure's on. It's just football at the end of the day, and I know how to go about things, and I know how to kind of approach my, work ethic and stuff. So, I'm just kind of doing what I have in the past and rolling.
It's kind of funny. Coach Ferentz always talks about Chad Greenway and Abdul Hodge when they were here, and how they competed in everything they did, whether it be a tackle or Coach Ferentz actually asked us one time, he's like, are you guys in the same major? And we're like, no, we're different majors. But he said Chad and Coach Hodge now, I should say, competed in for like GPA and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the goal of a good linebacker is, you know, get the guy on the ground, you know, get tackles and forget stuff for the back end and stuff like that and make good calls. So if we're trying to outdo each other, we're doing our best to our can, but it's good.
Most of the game of running back comes naturally to me now because it's really the only position that I've played since growing up. But it's a very unique position because you have to do a lot of things and you have to be able to do them well. And it's a very strategic thing where you have to not focus too much on one thing and forget about another. So being able to like balance out workouts to, you know, for different things, for different circumstances or situations that you could be put in the game to try to, you know, be prepared and be ready for those situations.
So we got a great group. We have a ton of guys that are eventually capable of playing. So there's close to a dozen guys that we could travel. So there's quite a few. I'm not going to name any names specifically, but I think we have a great opportunity to make an impact this year. The biggest thing I've always valued is being able to help the team as much as I can and working as hard as I can to be able to put myself in that position. So I've always been very confident with my abilities. I'm always willing to bet on myself, and I knew my time would come, and it was able to come last year. And I'm planning on completely exceeding that this year.